Now, I only started using social media in 2015, but it's important that we recognize that it had been around for quite a while before then, really starting to blow up around the mid to late 2000s or so. And wouldn't you know it, it all started with a fart.
I call it that because just like a fart, it was a precursor to shit.
On March 22nd, 2003, a little website named Friendster appeared on the scene and changed the way people connected online as we know it. It's often regarded as one of, if not the first, highly successful social media platform. I mean, sure, there were ones that came before it, but was there? It's true, there were ways to connect with people online before this website launched, but this website really showed people how fun the idea of a social media platform could be when used in specific ways. You could add and connect with your friends, private message each other through the website, and share pictures and videos, or really just anything you were interested in. Friendster was great. It just didn't have a lot of staying power, but that's not to downplay its success early on in its life. I mean, the user base of Friendster had reached over 3 million within the first few months of its launch, which was and still is insane for the time. And it grew substantially past that while it was still around, so obviously it was doing something right. But if you want to succeed in life, you don't just copy your friend's math homework.
No, you only copy the correct answers.
Using the best features of Friendster as a foundation, MySpace was officially launched on August 1st, 2003. You could argue Friendster was the true start to the big social media boom, but at least in my eyes, MySpace put the whole concept of social media on the map. It's like, yeah, weed existed before bread, but come on, bread is just so much better. It seems that even though Friendster laid a lot of the groundwork for future social media sites, MySpace took a lot of the ideas that Friendster introduced and polished them to make an even cleaner and more appealing social media experience. And what really made MySpace stand out in comparison to competing websites was how it supplied its users with a plethora of ways to customize their profiles and truly make their page on the site feel like their own personal place. This isn't just anyone's space on the site. This is my space. Holy shit. MySpace also had this weird feature where you could manually pick your top 8 friends out of all the people you added on the website. It was like, finally, a way to organize a hierarchy of your closest pals.
I don't need MySpace for that.
But just like taxes, the death of MySpace was inevitable, and with declining user interaction over the course of the late 2000s and early 2010s, well, let's just say the writing was on the wall.
And on my shirt!
Surprisingly enough, MySpace is actually still around today, which is something you can't say about Friendster, but it is a far cry from what it used to be, being used primarily as a hub for music industry related news articles nowadays. Despite being remembered as somewhat of a joke in today's day and age, it can't be understated how much of a groundbreaking success MySpace really was, at one point being a home to over 100 million active users. But even though I remember hearing about MySpace as early as when I was about 8 years old, I never found a reason to use it myself. Same goes for Friendster. Yeah, that's right, I have 2 shirts. Yeah, these sites were a little before my time, but that doesn't mean they didn't pave the way for greater things.
They didn't.